Hey everyone, hope you're doing good. This time I'ma teach you guys how to do a high top fade. So we start by disinfecting our clippers, shavers, trimmers, everything with the cool care. Then I'ma start brushing the hair down, combing it down so I can taper the lineup. As you can see with the one guard, with the grain, I'ma cut like half an inch of that lineup. What I'm trying to do is taper the lineup so the hairs aren't long. This will help me to create a more crispy lineup. Also in the sides, I'm debulking the area where I'm gonna work the fade, and I'm doing the same with the one guard with the grain. Right there you see me sectioning like that half an inch part of the guideline that I'm gonna taper up like that with the one guard. With the grain, just do 1, 2, 3 cuts. You don't have to cut it that much. It's easy. And right there I'm just cleaning up the area where I'm gonna put the fade in, same with the one guard with the grain. Here you see me brushing the hairs down, cleaning the area, and I keep doing the same thing. So in this part you gotta go a little bit high, like where you're gonna put the fade, but be careful not to touch that transition between the side to top. Now with the trimmers, I'm gonna start the ball line. As you can see, I'm doing little tips. I'm not putting that much pressure. I'm trying to create a line that is not hard to blend later. So that's why I have to do light tips, like no pressure at all. Just trying to make that line as long as I can cut. Don't put it hard, don't press it hard. Then I start to clean up all those hairs below down. And I wanted to be super clean, like don't left any hair long. I want you to guys focus on keeping that area as clean as possible with the trimmers, because when you pass the shavers later on, you don't want to get stuck with some long hair, pull up some hairs, irritate the client, etc. You need to have that area as short as possible with the trimmers so the shavers can work nice and easy. Basically that's what I'm doing right there. I help a little bit with the brush because sometimes the hairs cover another hairs and you don't know exactly if that area is clean or not. So that's why every time I cut, I brush it out so I can see more clearly. And that's what you'll be doing in this part. Just to let you guys know that the most important part of this haircut, that it's afro hair, it's not actually the fade, it's the lineup. So I'm gonna be teaching you guys soon some tricks, some tips so you can do that lineup as crispy and as perfect as possible. So keep watching, stay with me. Now we're gonna start fading with the clippers, no guard. Right there you see me with the lever open in the sideburn. Then I'm gonna continue doing it on the side of the hair too, right where the fade is, and I'm gonna go about an inch, almost 3/4 of an inch more exactly, not completely an inch, but like 3/4 of an inch. You're gonna do this guideline flicking it out, because if you don't, you're gonna leave a hard line to fade in later on. So flick out that very good, that line. Now with the one guard, we're gonna start the second guideline. Right there I have it a little bit open, and it's like 3/4 open, it's not completely open. I'll teach you, I'll show you guys later on, but it's gonna be the one guard open but with one level down. It's like 3/4 like that, open then a little bit down. We're gonna do this above that half guideline, like an inch more, and it's gonna be a flick out motion too, and even more flicking out this time because it's almost hitting the top part, or that transition between the side and the top. So we kinda wanna fade it in. Now we close the lever and we start hitting that middle line between the half and the one open, and we're gonna do a flick out motion only using the corners of the blade so we can get a smoother transition. As you can see, it's starting to smoothen out that line. Maybe it's not gonna completely go away, but don't worry, We're gonna detail that later on. So basically we're trying to just do the fade as soon as quick as possible and not wasting time. So I just open the lever right there and close it up and faded it right away. Now with the shavers we want to start cleaning that skin ball line, and we're gonna put a little bit of good pressure in there, because the more pressure you put in with the shavers, the less the client feels the cut. It doesn't irritate, it doesn't pull. So keep in mind you gotta do all those hairs really low with the trimmer so you can pass the shaver nicely, because if you get to not cut some hairs there, it's because they're long. So if you haven't all clear up by then, you should have no problems with the shavers. And as you can see there, I'm not going all the way to the top of the line. I kind of stop right there and give some little tips. That helps me not having a hard line. Now with the lever closed, no guard, we're gonna start fading in that line. As you can see, I faded the sideburns, and now I'm gonna fade the sides, only using the corner of the blade in a flickle motion. I cannot even do like little circles with the corner, as you can see, and I'm just hitting that bottom line. I don't go much higher. I hit that bottom line and then I open the lever and go a little bit more up than I just went. Like I hit the bottom, then I open up and hit the spots that are a little bit more up than just that bottom line, and that's how we're gonna finish fading. Then I'm gonna keep on going through all the fade with the same technique, lever close, just hitting that bottom line, only the corners of the blade, and right when I finish hitting all the spots very well with the lever close, hitting that bottom line is a little bit more smooth. I open the lever and I finish trying to fade all that up part that is kind of like the middle of the fade, and as you can see, it's starting to smoothen out. Don't worry, we're gonna leave like a small little line between the shavers and the zero. Don't get desperate or spend too much time trying to fade that one away, because we're gonna fade it later on with another step. Just leave it there and keep on going with the process. That is gonna be lever close, hitting that bottom line as much as you can do, then opening the lever and going a little bit more up, only using the corners of the blade, flicking out. As you can see, I'm doing it through all the fade and it's starting to look a little bit faded, but don't worry, we're gonna finish detailing soon. As you can see, I'm opening and closing like constantly because I see some details, some spots, and you can do that. Then with the trimmers, I'm gonna start cleaning that bottom line that I told you between the shaver and the zero, and it's the same technique, only using the corners of the blade, just hitting that bottom line with the trimmers, and this should completely fade away that bottom line. So be sure not to go all the way too high. Don't go too high, because if you go higher than just that bottom line, you're gonna create another line that you're gonna have to fade again with your clippers. So keep it as precise as possible, just hitting that bottom line with the corners of the blade, just like that. And you can see it's starting to clean up a lot better, that transition between the shaver and the fade. Just like that. When you see a dark spot, you can flick it out, don't worry. Now with the spatula, I'm gonna start scooping out that afro so it can stick out all the hairs in the actual growing, and I'm gonna start doing some freehand to shape the head. And as you can see, I'm taking a little step back and looking to the front so I can see better the hairs that are there, and I help it with my fingers in the back in the blade so I can feel and touch the hairs and not go too deep. And as you can see, I also do it like from bottom to top, that's to create that straight shape. And I do the same thing in the front and in the top. As you can see, I'm just taking the hairs that stick out, and I'm not trying to take a lot of length off. I'm just trying to clean it up, all the hairs are sticking out. Keep your area clean as I told you so you can see better. And now I'm gonna start detailing the fade with the scissor over comb technique, and I just hit it with the tips of the scissors. As you can see, I'm just hitting those dark spots, and that's on more in the transition fade to top, but right in the fade area, like between the 0 and the 1. As you can see, I'm doing a little bit of point cutting with the help of my fingers, and I'm just using the tips of the blade. So in the up areas, like in the transition or the 1 to top, I'm using the comb, and the areas where the comb can cut, I'm using the point cutting technique, helping with my fingers. And I'm just hitting the dark spots. I don't hit all the areas, I just hit where I see a little bit of darkness, so I can fade the areas where the guidelines or the clippers couldn't just fade away completely. This is about detailing. This is just hitting those spots to make the fade more perfect. Trust me, this step sometimes looks unnecessary, like sometimes you can fade with the clippers and say it's done, but once you do it, you'll see the huge difference that it makes. It makes the fade looks more crispy, more flawless, because you're trying to erase right here those spots where the head makes the hair look like darker or lighter. You're like fading those dark spots to make the fade like all the same length, even though the shape of the head aren't perfect. This is what we're doing. And I do it all the way through all the fade area and the transition between the fade to the top. So keep in mind that this step is gonna take you like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe less. Sometimes it's like 3 minutes or 5 minutes top. But do those guidelines fast so you can have this time to perfect the fade. Don't be trying to spend too much time unnecessarily trying to make that fade perfect when you're doing the guidelines and the fading with the clippers. Keep your area clean, because now we're gonna do the lineup. As you can see, I'm applying some hairspray. I'm using a hair spritz from level 3, and I'm coming down all that area where the lineup is. I taper it up so it should be short, and with the hairspray it should stick around, not be loose, so we can do a fresh and clean lineup. With the trimmers, I start always by the front, and I always do the lineup looking right in front of the client. I start in the middle, and I start going to the side so I can make it even, have control of not being crooked. And I always go to the side to make that corner pop. As you can see, it just took shape the corner. And this client had a haircut before he went on a trip, and he got like a pushback, he told me, and it's no problem. I'm just gonna line it up perfect and natural so the hairline can keep growing. And I do the same thing on the other side. I start with the middle, and then I go to the left and side to make that corner. And as you can see right there, you can tell more the pushback. There's a lot of baby hairs right there trying to grow. They're more light. Don't worry, we're gonna fix that up, and we're gonna do as times as necessary to make that hairline pop. Take your time right here. As I told you, the most important thing about afro haircuts is the lineup. It makes the haircut pop a lot if you do the lineup right. And right there, I'm lining up the beard too. He wants like a rounded beard with mustache connected, and he also has like a little pushback on the beard. No problem, we're gonna fix that. We also gonna add some enhancements so you don't see how the end result is gonna be. And I'm only using the corners of the trimmer right there so I can be more precise with that curve. And that's all about it is. We're gonna clean it up later with the razor. Right there, also in the corners on the lineup, I only use the corners of the blade make those lines more precise. Right there I'm asking the client to do some gestures so I can get those top of the mustache hairs, and also the part where the chin is, a little like triangle over there, cleaning up those parts. And I do the same thing with the other side. I do that curve only with the corners of the blade, as you can see. And I notice it looks a little bit light, but we're gonna fix that with some enhancement and to keep that hair growing naturally, no pushbacks. And I line up the side part too. Now I'm apply some enhancement with the black pencil. As you can see, I'm giving that shape of the beard. Don't worry if it looks too like dark. I'ma fade it away with the brush, and also when I pass the razor, I'ma keep fading it away. You're gonna see later on how it works. But right now I'm just applying it before I put the razor because I wanna keep that shape that I did with the pencil. So I'll be careful with the razor later on because I already know the limits. As I told you, this client got a pushback, so I'm trying to keep that clean. Now I put a new razor blade as every client, and I start cleaning that lineup with the razor. I go with the grain, and later on in the sides I change angles with the position of the blade, and then I go against the grain so I can have a more clean lineup. And as you can see, it's already looking a little bit lined up, even though he had a pushback. You can see the lineup is popping. That's because we tapered the lineup and we applied some hairspray. And right there you can see more, like he has like a light spot right there. I didn't cut that part at all, it's just how it was from the last cut he got. It's supposed to be dark enough, but no worries, it's gonna go back. Now I apply some shaving gel on the beard, and I'm gonna line up that beard. As you can see, I'm stretching the ear so I can get that part. I'm stretching the skin so I have a more smooth cut. And I started going with the grain in that part. So, and as you can see, the black pencil is fitting right well with the razor. It's taking the final shape that it should be, and it's looking super crispy. That's why I applied the enhancement so I can see better too. Those lines are more visible. And right there I'm stretching the skin as much as I can, and right there with my finger I kinda put the lips down so I can get that up part, and it's starting to look like I want it to. Just like that. I also have my little piece of paper so I can fade away a little bit the darkness or clean up that shaving gel excess. And I do the same thing with the other side of the beard. As you can see, it looks a little bit dark in there, but no worries, we're gonna fade it away a little bit, and that's all it is. Lining it up as same as we did on the other side, stretching the skin, giving that nice curve. As you can see, it's popping out with that razor how it should be. And we're gonna add enhancements later on to the lineup. It's just a different type of enhancement with the beard with the pencil, and with the lineup is with the hairspray. It's a Kiss Express black color, and as you can see, it's helping the lineup to pop a lot more. It's filling those light spots that he had from the pushback, and the haircut pops out a lot more. This client likes it, the enhancements. Not every client likes it, but good thing he does, because this definitely is like magic on haircuts. And it's not all about magic, but since he had a pushback and we need to make it look as fresh as possible, it definitely helps. And there I'm doing like a little detail with the trimmers in the corner. And now with the white pencil, I'ma enhance that lineup even more. As you can see, I'm just making that contour pop a lot more. That is gonna make a contrast at the end. And right there I'm trying to fade away that whiteness with the trimmer. I'm kind of like dragging it out through the skin so it can fade away, and it's working. As you can see, it doesn't look that white. That's the point of using the trimmers again, is to fade away that whiteness. I'm kind of like dragging it out, and also help it with the brush. As you can see, the brush helps me a lot to lose that whiteness away, but it's gonna still stick a little bit so it can pop even more. And right there I just keep on detailing the corners. Be sure to look through all the angles, the lineup, from the side, from the back, from the front, so no matter what angle you see it, it's gonna look sharp. The same thing with the other side, using those trimmers to fade away that whiteness and helping it with the brush. And it also helps with details too, because when you have the enhancement right there, you can see the hairs that are sticking out a lot better. Now with some mousse or body foam, we're gonna apply it to the top so the curls can have some texture. And with the sponge, we're gonna finish giving that style. We're gonna do a circle motion till all that whiteness and wetness fades away. And this is the before, as you can see. And there you go, the after. Look at those results, how crispy that lineup looks. I am very satisfied with these results. Let me know what you think on the comments. Also, let me know if it was helpful. Give a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to see more videos, and share it with your friends, with your barber friends that are trying to learn too. And see you guys later with another video.